Hello everyone, I am here today with a very exciting video. I am here with a review and swatches of the new Urban Decay Aphrodisiac eyeshadow palette. This technically does not go on sale until tomorrow, August 5th, and does not go on Urban Decay's website until August 15th. But last night I went into my Ulta store and they had it, so I picked it up, used it on my eyes today, and I already have a lot of thoughts. So if you would like to see a review and swatches on this palette right here, just keep watching. So like I said, I have used this palette on my eyes today. I did use all 6 shades. This is a 6-pan palette. This is the same size as the Urban Decay Naked Petite Heat. This palette is not based off of any other palettes. It's not a smaller version of any other palettes like the Naked Petite Heat. It's off of the Naked Heat. This is a $29 palette. Looks like each eyeshadow is 1.4 grams, which is pretty decently sized. There's 3 mattes and 3 shimmers in here. The packaging of this is beautiful. It's very sturdy. It says Aphrodisiac on it. I think that the color scheme is beautiful. Purples are really something that Urban Decay has not done recently. Actually, I don't know if they've ever really done purples to begin with. I can't think of a purple palette. I know the Naked 3 is like more jeweled or whatever, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each shade individually, talk about them, my thoughts, swatch them for you, and let you know my final thoughts of the palette. So the first shade we have right here is Sheets. This is what I would call a matte cream shade. Did use this shade to set my eye primer today. It's a little bit darker than the average shade that I would use to set my eye primer, but it worked beautifully for it. I find that it did not give me a lot of kick up. It didn't give me any trouble at all, actually, and I loved it to set my eye primer, so this will actually be a shade that I'll go back to set my eye primer. So the next shade is called Beyond, and I would compare this to Creme Brulee from Makeup Geek. Just a little bit darker. This is beautiful. I had no trouble with this at all. What I did was I took a big fluffy brush, put it all in my crease, and then I took a little bit more of a smaller blending brush and put it deeper in my crease. I love this shade. This is a shade that I can see just blowing out on the crease, and then that's it for a one eyeshadow look. Really enjoy this shade. So the next shade is called Night Fever, and this is the only shade in the palette that gave me a hard time. So that is what I have in the middle of my eye right now. I tried to do like a little spotlight eye so I could use every shade in the palette. So I first used this shade with a brush, my Smith 253 brush, and it wasn't really doing that well. The color is beautiful. It's very reflective. It's a very nice formula. The problem with this shadow is you have to use your finger, because if you try to use a brush, it's not going to go on as opaque as I would like to. And even with your finger, you have to use glitter glue because there is fallout with this shade. Not a bad shade, it's just the only one that I had a little bit of trouble with, but it's something with trial and error. So just know to use your finger with it. Make sure you have a nice primed eye and use either like the e.l.f. glitter glue or the Too Faced glitter glue or any glitter glue that you know will hold this down. Next shade is called Addict, and that is the purple that you see all over my eyes. This is so beautiful. Purples, in my opinion, are really hard to do. This is not a little bit chunky like this one is. This is just has a really nice sheen. I found that this went on beautifully with a brush when I had it, my Smith 253 brush, and it also went on beautifully with my fingers. The next shade is called Glare, and that is the shade that I have all blown out on my lower lash line. This is a brown, which everyone needs a good brown metallic in their collection, but this brown has a little bit of a purple hint to it, which I love, and it really brings out brown eyes. Any purples really bring out brown eyes and hazel eyes, if you didn't know. I really like this shade. I can envision myself also doing like a spotlight eye with this, putting like a nice gold in the center of it and putting it on the outer corners. Really liked this shade. And then the last and final shade is, I do have it slightly in my crease. It is called Whiplash. This is a very pigmented deepened purple. This is heavily pigmented to the point where you have to tap your brush off a lot before you go in with this shade. I didn't have trouble blending it out, but it's just so pigmented that you have to use the smallest amount with this shadow. Overall, I find that these shadows are gorgeous. I love this palette. I will definitely be keeping this. I will definitely be using this for looks. I think it's the perfect size for traveling. I think the size is great. Like I said, the only shade that I had a little bit of a hard time with was Night Fever, but that's just trial and error, just like a lot of shades are. But overall, I love this palette, and I think that if you're looking to pick it up, you should. As I know, it is going to be a Ulta exclusive, so it'll be online for Ulta tomorrow, August 6th, and then on Urban Decay, August 15th. Like, I got it in store, my Ulta store, so maybe some Ulta stores will be carrying it. This is a collection, so it'll also have like lip glosses and I think a couple eyeliners in it, but this is such a good palette. If you've been looking for like a purpley toned palette but you don't want to get like a big one, I highly recommend this. So one more time, we have Sheets, Beyond, Night Fever, Addict, Glare, and Whiplash. As far as I know, none of these are repeat Urban Decay shades. I've personally never seen them before, so I really enjoy this palette and I find these colors very unique to the Urban Decay line. Alrighty everyone, so that is my quick review of the Urban Decay Aphrodisiac palette. Let me know if you're gonna pick it up. Let me know anything else you'd like me to try. I haven't done one of these quick like one product review videos in a while. Let me know if there's anything else that you want me to review for you. But until my next video, remember, you was kind, you was smart, you was important. Have a great day everyone. Bye!